What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to see the crosswalk of how your UIC or your functional location or your SLOC is laid out. And what that means is the DODAC that goes along with it, your WBS that funds it, who created it, when it was created, the fund code that's tied to it. It's a plethora of information that may be useful, and there's different ways that you can pull it. I'm going to show you in this video two different ways to pull it. One is with the SLOC and number two is with the WBS. But first of all, I want to give a shout out and a big thank you to our first members of the team, and that is Christine Ronan. Excuse me if I butcher these names up. I'm just country boy redneck and I didn't get much of an education. Janice Putz, Aaron Harris, and Ray Estrada. I really want to thank you guys for helping out the team and helping support what I do here. If this is your first time watching the video, please think about subscribing. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, I do a lot of videos on YouTube. GCSS Army maintenance, and then Army in general. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you got more questions pertaining to this specific video, please go down to the comments, leave that comment or question there. If you have a request, go over to the community tab and place your request videos there. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Alright guys, so I'm going to go into my tutorials video area, and this right here is all the videos I've got to work on at some point. So we're looking at account assignment crosswalk table. So I'm not even going to try to explain what this T code is. Zact assign X, something like that. I will put the T code down in the description. So as you can see, there are a lot of different options for putting in information here, but like I said, we're looking at two different things. First, we're going to do one with the SLOC, and the other one is with the WBS element. The biggest thing here, the difference is if you're looking at your individual SLOC, then you can put it in, or you can put several in for your battalion. But if you're if you're a brigade or higher, it's going to be easier for you to use the WBS element, which is basically the account number that ties your unit to the funds that they allocate you. So first we're going to use one of the SLOCs. Just put it in, click execute. As you can see, it gives you a few different things. So these two right here are basically telling you that these, if you had a list of other ones, this would be checked and the rest would not be, and that tells you that this is the active information. You have your DODAC, your FE cost center, so this is your FE number. So if I went in and put the UIC in for this SLOC, then this FE number would come up. So this is basically the representation for your UIC. Here's your customer fund code. Here is the valid from, so this is when it was began, and this is how long it's good to, your SLOC. And in this case, we don't have a cost center, we have a WBS element. So you can use either one of these, but in this case, we're using the WBS element. You have your fund center, so the fund center is basically where the money is coming from. Functional area is tied to your unit. Your funded program is, again, just your WBS. This is who created it, and then this is when they created it. So this is really useful information, especially if you're trying to figure out why one customer fund code keeps popping up and not the one that should be. You can go in here and figure out if it is an issue with the way that this is structured, or if it's an issue with the way that your clerks or somebody else is ordering the parts. So we're going to back out. And now we're going to use a WBS. And as I said, you can use a WBS or you can use the cost center depending on how it's structured. In this case, we're going to use a WBS. Now as a brigade or higher element, this makes it a lot easier because this is going to bring up all of the units that are tied to that WBS. So every unit is going to come up here that belongs or is pulling funds from that. So you can vet this Say you have all the S-locks for the units that should be pulling money, you can right click, set a filter, and then go over here and then put in all of those units, and then you can see which ones are, or you can set it to filter out the ones that aren't, one way or the other, or you can export it, make it a spreadsheet, whatever works best for you. But this is a very useful tool, especially if you're in a manager position like an AA or a maintenance manager, to see what's going on in the background. All right, guys, it's a fairly, not everybody's going to use this. It's not going to be a very useful tool for everybody, but it is another tool that you can use if you find yourself in that situation. A lot of this stuff doesn't have transaction guides on it on how to use it or what it's used for. So this is just a good way to find that information for your unit. Again, guys, if you got any more questions, go down to the comments. Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.